Brisbane-based singer-songwriter Briana Dinsdale has a voice that captures the essence of both heartache and hope, and her musical journey has already been marked by remarkable achievements. In 2022, Briana's dedication to her craft was recognised when she was awarded the prestigious Keith Urban Scholarship to the CMAA Academy of Country Music. Briana's live performances are a testament to her captivating stage presence. She has appeared at some of our most iconic festivals, such as the Groundwater Country Music Festival and the Gympie Music Muster, and she has shared stages with legendary artists such as the Wolf Brothers, John Williamson, Pete Murray and the Whitlams. What truly sets Briana apart is her exceptional songwriting prowess. Her lyrics resonate with wisdom beyond her years, delving into deep emotions that connect with listeners of all ages. Her previous singles, Irresistible Force and Last Name, were well received by radio nationally, and I think it's safe to predict that her latest release, Whiskey Worked That Way, that I played just a minute ago, will meet with the same degree of success. With a rapidly growing fan base and the well-deserved respect that she has earned from her music industry peers, Briana is quickly becoming firmly established as one of Australia's brightest emerging country music artists, and I intend to watch her rise to the upper levels of the nation's musical landscape with great interest. I'm delighted to have Briana standing by on the phone waiting to have a chat with me, so allow me to bring her on air without any further delay. Hello Briana, how are you?
Hey Harry, I'm good. How are you going? Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. It's great to have you on the show. This is the first time that I've had a chance to talk to you on the radio, on my show anyway.
Oh.
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Well, it's a privilege. Thanks so much.
Oh, you're more than... Yeah, again, welcome to the Country Club, and it's great to have you on. Now, tell us the story behind Whiskey Worked That Way. It's a great song. I love that song.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a great time writing it. I wrote it with Jen Myers, Chloe Styler, and Robbie Mortimer, who are all doing country music in their own retrospects as well. And it was honestly such an incredible writing session, and we wrote it about a few of our personal stories and kind of put it all together to create this song.
Okay. Look, you guys did a great job. That is a well-written song, but also the video that goes with it on YouTube, where was that? That's a great video. Where was it shot?
Oh, well, thank you very much also. Again, I appreciate it.
Okay.
We shot it at a venue called It's Still a Secret in Brisbane, and it's a confusing name because when people play gigs there, they'll be like, where's the venue? And it's called It's Still a Secret, and they're like, no, where is it? Like, no, that's the name of the venue.
Oh, okay.
It's an incredible little bar in Brisbane. It's awesome.
Okay, it looks great on the video. It's just, it's the sort of place where I think, oh, geez, I'd like to drop in there for a beer,
Yeah, it was perfect for the shoot we needed, and Emily, who runs the place, is amazing, so it was great.
Ah, excellent. All right. Well, if I'm ever up that way, I will make sure to drop in and say hello and mention your name.
Oh, well, that'd be awesome.
Okay. All right. Now, can you tell us where people can buy your music?
Most of it is all on my website, but you can go through social medias to get there as well. But my website, which is brianadinsdale.com, has access to CDs and merchandise, and then, of course, there's Spotify and Apple Music and all that as well. But us musos really appreciate a CD sale or two.
Okay. All righty, well, there you have it, folks. That's where you go to buy any of Briana's tracks. And they're well worth having, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, all right, so is there an upcoming album in the works at all?
It's definitely in the plans. I've got to save up my money a bit more. I'm a uni student and a muso and just trying to get by at the moment.
Okay.
But definitely saving up my money to be able to put it towards another project of some sort, whether it's an EP or an album. I'm not sure yet, but I really want to do another project for sure.
Okay, all right. That's interesting because I'd like to send you the mailing address for here at the studio, and I'd love it if you could send me anything that you put out, EPs, albums. If you can send me your CDs, I'd be very, very grateful.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Okay, well, I'll send you those details. I'll text you those details once we're finished here with the interview.
Sounds good. Well,
all right.
We'll make a deal.
Excellent. Sounds like a plan. All righty. Now, I'd like to know. I've got no idea how old you are, and I'm not going to ask because it's impolite. But how long have you been playing music?
I've been playing music since I was probably on stage. I've been playing music since I was 12 years old.
Okay.
And I don't mind saying how old I am. I'm 20 years old, and I'm freshly 20 as of the past 6 months, and
Okay.
ease my way into the life of being 20, and it's going all right so far, I think. But yeah, hopefully going to keep doing this music thing forever.
Okay. All right. Well, you're doing great. It's you're on your way, as they say.
Oh, thank you.
So, what actually drew you to the music industry? I mean, how did you wake up one morning and say, "Oh, I want to be a musician," and a pop star and a rock star, and all that sort of stuff?
It's so interesting, and I think it's different for everybody. But for me, I was always just playing music on stage and learning piano lessons and singing lessons, and I really admired artists like Taylor Swift and Keith Urban growing up. So I think it was a matter of just naturally falling into the progression.
Okay.
And my parents were very, very supportive of it all.
Oh, that's good. That's great. That's. I mean, you can't really do this without family support, I don't think, can you?
It'd definitely be a lot harder for sure. I'm very, very grateful for
absolutely.
what I get from my family.
Okay, so that leads me to the next question. Of all the genres you could choose from, why did you pick country music?
Yeah, there is a lot of genres, and I actually started out singing a lot of musical theatre when I was younger.
Okay.
And then, I was just listening to a lot of country music, especially a lot of young Taylor Swift.
Uh-huh.
She was a huge one for me. A lot of early Taylor, early Keith, the Dixie Chicks back then, and I think I was just always surrounded by country music that it made me really want to be a part of it.
Okay. It's interesting that you mentioned Taylor Swift because she's... I don't know. It seems to me that she may have turned her back on country music because she seems to have crossed over to the mainstream of pop music.
Yeah, she's definitely changed genres, but she started out in country music, and all of the music she created while she was in the country scene was, I think, very, very, very high class for country music, and she was very young as well.
Yeah, she is. I admire her as an artist. There's no, don't get me wrong. I think she's great. A consummate entertainer.
Yeah, for sure. She's incredible.
Much like yourself, very talented musician.
Oh, thank you.
And songwriter.
That means a lot. Being
no.
Taylor is something I've always been envious of, and don't know how to react to it because I think she's incredible in her own right, and I just want to do my own thing as she does her own thing, and all these other artists do it as well.
All right, so now I think part of this next question, there's a pretty obvious answer coming, but I've got to ask anyway. If you could pick 3 people to be on stage with, who would they be? Anyone? Apart from Taylor Swift.
Taylor would obviously be one of them, I'd have to say.
Yeah, of course.
Another one for me would probably be a band by the name of Blackberry Smoke, who are an incredible country rock band.
Yeah, I've got a couple of their tracks. They're good.
Yes, they're amazing. And I'd also probably say maybe Luke Bryan, just for the fun of it, because I think he's an absolute crack-up.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Normally when I ask that question, people spend a minute or two thinking about it, But, you've come straight out. That's great, yeah. Good stuff.
I feel like every time I get asked that question, it's a different answer. So there's a lot of people, for sure.
That's all right. You gave me a good answer, so that'll do, Okay, so who do you regard as your main influences as a musician and a songwriter?
I definitely definitely say Keith Urban is probably my number one for my live performances, especially.
Okay.
And then for songwriting, I take a lot of inspiration from like Fleetwood Mac and obviously Taylor Swift. And there are so many artists I take inspiration from for songwriting. But for my main live performances, it's definitely Keith.
Okay, all right. No, that makes sense. And that's you can't go wrong with Keith. I mean, he's such a talented individual, much like yourself, you know.
Oh, definitely. He does Australia proud, that's for sure.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. And I'm sure you're headed in that direction as well.
Thank you.
You know, your friends and family will be most proud of you, I'm sure. Now, I'm also curious to ask people, and I like to ask you, if when you sit down, when you've got a minute to yourself and you feel like listening to some music, what do you tend to pick?
I feel like when I go to sit down to listen to music, I'm very indecisive. I normally just press shuffle play and then skip until I find something I like for the day. Whatever mood I'm in, I just skip. Oh, this is perfect.
Okay. All right, so it depends on your mood, I guess. Yep.
Yeah, always for me. I'm such a mood person when it comes to music. If I'm feeling sad, I have to listen to sad music.
Okay.
Even if Mum says you need to hype yourself up, I'm like, no, I need my sad music.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Now, what so far in your career? What would you regard as being your most memorable experience so far as a performer?
Oh, so many, but I feel like one that was really special to me was attending the Academy of Country Music under a scholarship funded by both the Academy and Keith's team, named the Keith Urban Scholarship. That was a whirlwind and something I'll never forget and will always be grateful for.
Okay, so how did you score that? I mean, that is a significant achievement. To be.
Well, you know what? I have no idea how I scored it. They called me up one day.
Okay.
And they offered it to me, and I was over the moon, in tears, so many emotions, and yeah, very, very grateful.
I'm sure. I mean, an invitation like that does not come along every day, does it?
No, definitely not. And it was very much a they believed in me situation, which meant even more to me, especially I was 17 at the time. And, you know, when you're 17 and you're in grade 12, you get a lot of self-doubt through high school. So it was a really nice boost of confidence. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine how it would be, yeah. And, I mean, you've been on stage with some notable people, and the Wolf Brothers, you know, Nick and Tom, great guys, you know, absolutely great guys, but what a band, you know. I would love to play in that band. You know, you've been on stage with them, and, you know, John Williamson, the legend, and the Whitlams, you know. So, you know, I mean, what's it like walking on stage with people of that stature?
Such a fangirl for country music, especially like in Australia as well, because, you know, you grow up idolising these people. Me especially with John Williamson. I grew up dancing to his songs at the school disco when I was in primary school. And so doing those gigs and meeting those people is so surreal to me. And the Wolf Brothers boys, for example, are just the most down-to-earth guys that really just love playing music. And I love that they love to play music. It makes me want to love to play music even more. Even though I already do, their energy that comes off with how much they adore it is just timeless. And, yeah, I think Australia is full of really, really amazing country musicians.
Are they ever? Yeah, it's we are so fortunate in this country, I think, anyway, and so blessed to have such a wealth of talent, you know, not only in country music, but, you know, across the board. We've got some, you know, great actors and, you know, great musicians and
100%. So many incredible talents here.
Yeah. For such a relatively small population, I think we stand out in the crowd, you know, for the absolute amount of talent that we do have. And of course you're part of that, without a doubt.
Oh, well, thank you.
Now, when you're on stage, what's your favourite thing about performing in front of a live crowd?
I feel like the energy you get when you bounce off with a crowd is very much a religious feeling in its own right. And I'm very grateful and lucky to have all my best friends play alongside me in my band. So having our energy bounce off each other, then bounce off the audience is always a really cool experience.
Oh, okay. It's interesting that you describe it as a religious experience. I've never heard it described that way, and I'm not being critical. I mean that's it's great. It's sort of
definitely a sense of like euphoria in a way.
Okay, yeah.
What I mean by that, in the sense of like it's very much just second to none. I can't describe anything else that compares to it.
Okay, all right. No, I get that, and there's nothing wrong with describing it in a religious way. I don't think it. I'm not religious, but anyway, it's. But yeah, I've never heard that before, and it resonates with me. It does. I understand exactly what you're saying.
There you go. Maybe you can use it for your explanations now.
Okay. I've never inspired anyone much. Okay, so what's next for you? What do you got? What do you got coming up in the way of your festivals or tours, gigs, whatever?
Yeah, we're doing the Gympie Muster in August.
Okay.
Which I am obsessed with that festival. I think it's a heap of fun and can never go wrong there. It's so much fun. And then we're playing the very first Lasso Country Music Festival here in Brisbane with Zach and George, Wade Forster, the Buckleys, and many other talents as well. And I'm very excited for that.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. And where will that be on?
That's on July 6th in Brisbane, and it's cheap as chips for the day, and at a brand new venue in Brisbane called Distillery Road Market, and I'm very excited for it. I don't stop talking about it. I think it's going to be the best day ever.
Wow, okay, that sounds excellent. That sounds great. Okay. All right, look, we're nearly out of time. Unfortunately, I'd love to keep talking with you. But I don't think this will be the last time you and I have a chat on the phone. I hope not. Anyway.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, great. Because I've really enjoyed talking with you on the phone. I'd love to do it in person, but obviously distance is a problem.
It always makes a difference being in person for interviews. Hey, but yes, I really appreciate you having me, Harry. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm all about supporting good Aussie talent, and you tick that box very, very nicely. So. As I said, I don't think this will be the last time we do have a chat on the phone. When your EP or album comes out, or your next single, I'm sure we can put something together. But look, I'd like to just thank you quickly for taking the time out on your Sunday afternoon to have a chat with me. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Harry. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome, as I said, and. I look forward to the next time we do it. So, nice stuff. All righty.
Oh, thank you. I'll keep you in the loop of new music and whatnot.
Okay. No, I'd appreciate it. That'd be great because I don't have much in the way of Briana Dinsdale tracks, so I need some more. And
sounds good.
Because and the more I get, the more I put on air, obviously. So all good. Again, thank you, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much, Harry. Take care.
Okay, bye, Briana.